Hello, welcome back to the podcast, The Little Filly That Couldn't Be Broke. I am Roxanne Valier, and I am so excited to be back. This summer got a little crazy with the kids stuff and the farm stuff, and I wasn't feeling super good for part of it, so I just set some things aside knowing I could pick them up again later, and so here I am. Winter, the winter chores and stuff have set in, so there's a little bit more time to do things like record a few new podcasts. So today is all about divine timing and trust. I got this reminder this week, this month, like this past little bit of really, 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 really trusting, settling in, surrendering, just allowing the universe to co-create with us, allowing it to unfold in divine timing. And knowing even through all the hardships and all of the sad stories out there, that it truly is meant to be, even if it's something hard, even if it's a really, really hard season, even if you're going through a space of grief, loss of someone, something, maybe a job, maybe you've moved homes, maybe there's anything in your life, gone through a relationship breakup. These hard seasons are for a reason. and people always wonder, like, what's the reason for death? But just knowing, as a lot of people, that is their biggest fear, right? Death being one of like people's biggest fears. And we just kind of have to understand that I don't want to say like we are here to die, but eventually each and every one of us is going to perish. Every tree out there is going to perish. Every animal out there is going to perish. Every home, every building, every invention is going to perish. So everything is just living its and having its day in the sun. And we need to be grateful for the time we have, but the understanding and the acceptance, not saying it takes away from the grief, but having that that knowing deep inside that it's okay that it happened. It was going to like, you know what I mean? Like, it was inevitable. That some way, somehow, things were going to evolve. Destruction has to come before birth, right? Like, and so this is the hardest thing for people to really grasp, this concept. And I've been being sick a lot lately, not feeling well. I've been really, really struggling with not being able to be all that I can be, right? And it's really put a damper on my spirits to not be able to do everything that I want to do, get up, have the energy that I know I'm used to having, right? Like, and so, I mean, there's a place of moving through. There's a place of, why is this, going on? Let's look at it. Let's move through it. Let's shift. Let's change. It doesn't have to stay this way. It doesn't have to be this way. But there's also a place for acceptance. And I know I've talked about this in a different podcast before as well. Just accepting that this is the season that we're in. But knowing that what it is we're looking for, what it is that we're wanting, what it is we're waiting for, not necessarily waiting for, but kind of like trying to manifest or trying to create or trying to step into, really working hard towards, right? Like all of those things, the way you see your life going, or the way you see, kind of life itself going, the values and the principles that you put on your life. Sometimes we just need to surrender and accept that they're not going to go the way that and just kind of be with what is, rather than, and allow the universe to co-create with you the way it's going to go instead of the way that you think it's supposed to go. Does that make sense? I'm still, there's a few areas in my life that are just like, yes, I fully understand this concept. Yes, full surrender. Yes, I've got this. The universe has got this. I feel supported. Like in those areas that I truly feel supported and I truly feel held and I truly feel like there's an energy behind that's really like supporting. That's the way I can describe it. That's the way it feels to me. There's this very, very, very supportive energy, a co-creation. And in those places, I can let go easily. So what will it take in the places in your life, in the places in my life, those extra places, those other places where things don't feel supported, where things don't feel easy, where things don't feel fun and graceful and happy-go-lucky, right? The places that you're creating with joy, the places you're creating with inspiration, the places that are just kind of flowing out of you. You feel in the flow, you feel good, and you're just on a roll. There's places in my life that are like that, and then there's places that just seem hard and crunchy. And in this last week or 2 or 3, the message that's coming across, so I'm bringing it forward to you guys, is trust, surrender, accept, let go. And I don't mean like let go of the dream, but allow it to unfold the way it's meant to unfold, right? Look at whatever blocks are in the way. Look at whatever negative feelings or negative beliefs or limiting belief systems or anything where you feel like you're kind of standing in your own way, you're kind of getting in the way, or something else is getting in the way. Look at those areas, and for sure there can be a space of transformation there. Absolutely, for sure. There can be a place of transformation. I totally 100% believe in that. And then there's the place of just allowing and being with what is, and just trying, I wouldn't say not trying so hard, but if you trust, if you just know and believe that something's going to happen, it's just going to happen. It's just going to happen. So yes, divine timing, the divine universe wanted to bring this message forward. It is November 11th at 1111. So my computer is saying 111111 at the top of the computer. So that's some pretty crazy angel numbers for you. So divine timing, the divine universe is guiding me to bring this message forward, to sink into, to surrender to just let go of all ego, all expectations, all times and dates and any if you believe like so-and-so has to do a particular area of the project, maybe there's someone else that's going to step in and do that piece, because that so-and-so that you believed were going to do it just aren't up for that particular thing right now, right? Like maybe they're not the divinely guided person to do that. And so stepping back and allowing the divine to come in and co-create with you. They will bring you exactly who you need at exactly the right time to do exactly the right things, to move forward and to sink into and settle into the space that is going to be perfect for you. And it's perfect for you because you are creating it. Now, you're either creating it out of those crazy, I think I've heard it called manic manifesting, those crazy, like anxious feelings of gotta go, 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 get this done, get this done, get this done. And it needs to be done, you know, kind of, and you kind of push for things to happen, and you kind of, you know, have this crazy energy about it versus sitting back and allowing it. And that doesn't mean that there's no actions to be done, but it means those actions are going to be done with trust. Anxiousness is not trust. It's fear-based. So it's going to be done with trust, and it's going to be done with love, and it's going to be done with inspiration, and it's going to be done with joy, and it's going to be done beautifully in a magical way with ease and grace. And this is the message that the divine universe is bringing forward to me so I can share with you guys on this beautiful podcast. I'm so happy to be back here. You guys don't even know how long I've been waiting for this. Okay, what else are they? I just need to take a sip here. What else are they saying? When you surrender, when you take that step back, when you take an honest look, when you take a moment, when you sit in silence, when you sit down, just take a couple breaths, and you kind of stop, pause, and process. You start to let go of some things. You start to work through some things, that anxiety that's coming up, those fears that are coming up. And it's in the silence, it's in the space that those downloads, those messages, and those next right actions, that's when you get the download, right? Like that's when you get those messages come through in those spaces of silence, in those spaces of the pause, in those in-between spaces. But it's allowing yourself time for those spaces to pause and really kind of allow those messages to come through, allow that connection to come through, staying connected, and allowing the universe to co-create with you creates a completely different space than, again, as it's called, manic manifesting, or creating, like you're always manifesting. So things are always coming forward. And you can do it from a place of peace, or you can do it from a place of fear. So love or fear, and that place of peace and knowing and trust and love and joy and inspiration, you can get that in a second, in a moment, in taking those few moments to just sit down and just receive those messages. Step into that place and create from that space is going to create something completely different. Okay, I did not know I was going to go into manifesting, but I guess when you're talking about divine timing and trusting in the universe and co-creation, it is all about manifesting, right? It is all about creation. It is all about, I don't know if I would term it taking control of your life, but stepping into your true power and going forward in your life in the best way that's meant and suited to you, right? Like, you're putting your best foot forward. You are shining your divine light. You are showing up in the best way, you're showing up in your divinity. You're showing up in your truth. You're showing up in your authenticity. You're showing up and you are shining. You're showing up in a magical way, in a miraculous way. And from that miraculous being, you're only going to create a magical life. And magic's going to be created all around you, right? Miracles are going to happen all around you. Things are going to shift. Things are just going to fall into place. Everything's going to be exactly perfect. And you're going to feel like it's exactly perfect because you are attracting it, right? Because you are attracting it. And that leads us to the law of attraction. Again, I didn't think that this was going to be exactly what this podcast was about, but I'm just downloading right now and it's just coming through. So the law of attraction is how you, again, you're always manifesting, so you're always attracting. Now, are you attracting from a place of anxiety? Are you attracting from a place of fear? Are you attracting from a place where you're not trusting the universe, and so everything is coming in through that space of fear? It's coming in through that space of blame or shame or grief or resentment or hurtfulness, ego. That's where your kind of ego is stepping in and really creating chaos in your life? Or are you creating from that place of love, of divine, genuine, authentic truth? But like I said, we all go through our hard times. We all have to work through. We all have to sit with and be with those hard aspects of life, those challenging aspects of life, the same as we be with and shine with the positive or just the better feeling. But if we can have that foundation of trust, of divine timing, trust in the universe, trust in ourselves, and really find that connection, even the hard things aren't so much of a struggle anymore. Like, they're still there and there's still challenges and you're still meeting those challenges head on. But if you can meet those challenges head on in a way from that truth of who you are, being connected from who you are authentically, you're meeting those challenges from a different place. You're meeting them from a place of love and not from a place of fear. You're meeting them from a place of truth, not from your ego, from your false self. Okay? Not from your wounds. And that's the difference between really trusting and finding that divine timing and stepping into trusting that divine timing, rather than, and really sitting with and really being with and really co-creating with the universe, rather than coming from that place of ego, coming from that place of fear, coming from your false belief systems, from your wounded self. And really coming from a place of pain and hurt, and your challenges just keep kind of, they feel a lot heavier from that place. And you just keep being with them, rather than letting them go, rather than accepting, rather than moving through them. So yes, in the end, there's a space of letting go, but sometimes just moving through them as they come up is all that needs to happen, right? Like, sometimes people aren't, I think that they understand, I guess they're not willing to let go. So even if someone, like if you say let go, they're just like, no, that's mine. I'm holding on to that fear. And they're just not willing to let go. But if you say moving through something, more people are probably willing to move through it than just let it go, right? And find their way through. So, what else? They're just telling me, hold on to that magic. Sink into the magic. Settle into the magic. Step into the magic. Step into the magic. And I think that's where I'm going to end this today's podcast. Thank you again for listening. Thank you for being here. Yeah, there are many other podcasts, and I'm super excited to be back. And I look forward to creating more, and I look forward to seeing, having you with me, as we go through this process of creating more podcasts. So I'll see you on the flip side. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being here.